The world stopped for a moment when Beyoncé, usually the picture of power and poise, appeared on stage with tears glistening in her eyes. It wasn't another performance. It wasn't a carefully curated public appearance. It was real, raw, emotional. For the first time, Queen Bey spoke openly about something the world never saw coming: her daughter, Rumi Carter, being diagnosed with autism. And what she said left fans heartbroken, inspired, and divided all at once. "She's not broken," Beyoncé whispered through the mic, her voice trembling as the crowd fell into stunned silence. Within hours, the internet exploded. Hashtags like #ProtectRumi and Beyoncé Speaks trended worldwide. Some fans praised her courage, while others questioned how long the family had been hiding the truth. Was this a private struggle turned public revelation, or something far deeper? Sources close to the Carters claim this emotional moment wasn't spontaneous at all, but the result of months of internal tension, hidden family arguments, and one shocking betrayal inside Beyoncé's circle. As tears turned to headlines and whispers turned into viral debates, one question lingered everywhere: what really pushed Beyoncé to break her silence now? Because according to insiders, this confession wasn't just about love. It was about truth, guilt, and redemption. From the outside, Selena Ray's life looked untouchable, like something crafted by destiny itself. The world knew her as the queen of stage lights, the woman who could silence a stadium with a single note. Her performances were flawless, her image pristine, and her family, the Carters, were the embodiment of Black excellence and power. Every magazine cover, every interview, every red carpet appearance painted the same picture: perfection. But perfection is heavy. And behind those diamond smiles and designer gowns, something was quietly breaking. It all began one night during Selena's sold-out Eclipse World Tour. The crowd roared as she floated across the stage in a shimmering gold gown, lights flashing like 1,000 suns. But as the music pulsed, something in her eyes flickered, a hint of exhaustion, a shadow of something more. Fans didn't notice it then, but her inner circle did. The backstage crew whispered, her assistant shot worried glances. Selena wasn't herself, and the reason was waiting for her at home. Her daughter, Rumi, had always been different, not in a bad way, but in a beautifully complex way. While her twin brother ran wild, soaking up attention, Rumi preferred the quiet corners, sketching colors no one else could see. She didn't like loud noises, sudden lights, or crowded spaces. At first, Selena and Jalen brushed it off. "She's just sensitive," they'd say. But as time passed, teachers began calling, therapists began suggesting. Words like developmental delay, social difficulty, and autistic spectrum began floating around, words that made Selena's chest tighten every time she heard them. "She's not broken," Selena would whisper to herself after every meeting, every tearful night. "She's just different." But being different in a world that demands perfection is its own kind of pain. Especially when your mother is Selena Ray, the icon, the legend, the woman who built an empire on flawless control. Jalen, meanwhile, handled it in his own way: silence. He loved his daughter, no question. But where Selena felt everything, Jalen analyzed everything. He saw numbers, routines, therapy schedules. He wanted solutions, not emotions. "Let's keep it private," he told Selena one night. "The world doesn't need to know." But Selena hated secrets, especially when the secret was eating her alive. By late summer, the cracks began to show. Paparazzi caught Selena leaving a specialist's clinic with dark glasses and red eyes. The tabloids went wild. Is Selena Ray hiding a secret illness? Star seen leaving child therapy center. She tried to ignore it, but the headlines grew crueler each week. Some called her a hypocrite, preaching confidence and self-love while hiding her daughter from the world. Others accused her of using Rumi as an excuse for canceled shows. The pressure was suffocating. One night, Selena came home to find Rumi curled up under the piano, humming softly to herself while drawing circles in crayon. Selena knelt beside her, tears welling up. "What are you drawing, baby?" she asked gently. Rumi didn't look up. "The sound," she said softly. "It's round." That single sentence shattered Selena. How could the world label something so innocent as different? She wanted to scream. Instead, she just hugged her daughter tight and whispered, "You're perfect, baby. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise." But in the world of fame, love alone isn't enough, especially when the industry smells vulnerability. By fall, a leaked recording from inside the Carter home hit the gossip blogs. It was short, muffled voices, raised tones, and one line from Selena that shook the internet. "She's not broken, Jalen. Stop treating her like she needs fixing." Within minutes, it went viral. Millions of fans dissected the clip like forensic experts. Was it real? Who leaked it? And what was happening inside? Music's most powerful family? Jalen immediately called damage control. Lawyers, PR teams. They drafted statements, deleted posts, and threatened lawsuits. But Selena, she stayed quiet. Her silence spoke louder than any denial. Behind closed doors, the couple was unraveling. Jalen felt betrayed not just by the leak, but by Selena's growing need to make everything public. "You think the world's gonna help us?" he shouted during one late-night argument. "They don't care, Selena. They want a story, not the truth." But Selena was done hiding. "Maybe the story is the truth," she shot back. Her mother, Miss Darlene, tried to step in, the voice of reason, the matriarch who had seen fame chew people alive. "Baby, you don't owe the world your pain," she said softly over tea one morning. But Selena's eyes were hard, determined. "This isn't about me anymore, Mama. It's about her. If I keep pretending she's fine, I'm telling her she's not enough." Those words echoed through the mansion like a prophecy. Because deep down, Selena knew the moment she spoke publicly, everything would change. The fans, the press, the brand, the image she spent 2 decades protecting could crumble overnight. But at least she'd be free. As December approached, Selena planned something nobody expected: an intimate, unscripted interview during her charity gala broadcast live to millions. Her team begged her not to do it. "It'll open wounds you can't close," her manager warned. But Selena only smiled sadly. Some wounds were never meant to stay hidden. That night, she stepped on stage not in diamonds, not in couture, but in a simple white gown. The crowd cheered, unaware of the storm brewing in her heart. Cameras rolled, flashbulbs popped, and as the orchestra played softly behind her, Selena took a breath and began, "There's something I've been holding in for too long." And with that, the mask shattered. The queen was finally human. The night Selena Ray opened her heart to the world started like any other red carpet spectacle: champagne flutes, glittering gowns, flashing cameras. But what no one knew was that this would become one of the most emotional, unpredictable nights in music history. The crowd inside the Royal Arts Gala expected a polished speech about Selena's charity foundation. Instead, they got silence. A long, heavy silence that pulled every heartbeat into sync. She stood at the podium, mic trembling in her hand, her eyes shimmering under the lights. Then, with a shaky breath, she said it. "My daughter, Rumi. She's not broken. She's brilliant. She's beautiful. And she's different. And I'm tired of pretending she's not." The audience froze. Gasps rippled through the hall. Some clapped, unsure if it was the right time. Others just stared, jaws dropped. For the first time in her 20-year career, Selena Ray wasn't performing, she was confessing. Within minutes, the clip hit every corner of the internet. Hashtag She's Not Broken began trending globally within hours. Fan pages reposted the moment with crying emojis, reaction channels flooded TikTok, and celebrity blogs went into overdrive. Selena Ray reveals daughter's hidden struggles. Selena opens up about motherhood and acceptance. The world called it raw, brave, historic. But behind the applause, a darker storm brewed. Jalen Carter wasn't at the gala that night. He was at home sitting in his studio, scrolling through his phone as the confession exploded across every feed. His jaw tightened. "She actually did it," he muttered, slamming his phone on the table. His team had warned him for weeks. Going public meant losing control. And Jalen Carter hated losing control. His phone buzzed nonstop: publicists, investors, his own brother. "Yo, Jay, you good? She really just said that live, man." One text read. Jalen didn't answer. He just stared at the muted TV, watching Selena cry as the crowd cheered her on. An hour later, he drove straight to the mansion, still in disbelief. Selena was sitting on the couch, makeup smudged, phone still buzzing from endless notifications. "You should have told me," he said quietly, his tone calm but cold. She looked up, exhausted. "Would it have changed anything?" "Yes," he snapped. "It would have given me a chance to protect you, protect us. Now it's out there forever. The world won't let this go, Selena." She stood defiant. but shaking. The world already took everything from me, my privacy, my peace, my truth. I'm done hiding, Jalen. I won't let our daughter feel like a secret. Jalen sighed and rubbed his temples. You just made her a target. Those words hit Selena like ice. Meanwhile, social media turned into a battlefield. Some fans flooded timelines with love and empathy. Selena's bravery gives hope to every parent out there, one fan tweeted. But others were ruthless. She's using her kid for sympathy, another wrote. This feels like a PR move right before her new album. YouTubers dissected every second of the speech. Podcasters debated if Selena's confession was genuine or calculated. Even late-night hosts threw jokes into their monologues. And then came the interviews. A week after the gala, Selena appeared on The Leela Monroe Show, her first sit-down since the confession. She wore minimal makeup, her tone soft but firm. This wasn't a moment of weakness, she said. It was a moment of truth. My daughter isn't something to hide. She's my strength. The clip went viral again, but not everyone was celebrating. Inside the Carter household, tension reached a boiling point. Jalen's mother, a proud and private woman, confronted Selena at Sunday brunch. Baby, I love you. But did you have to say all that on stage? You know how folks twist stories. Selena took a deep breath. Ma, I didn't do this for clicks. I did it for her. The older woman shook her head. Intentions don't stop headlines. Meanwhile, someone inside the Carter circle began leaking messages to gossip blog screenshots, supposed therapy receipts, and unverified insider claims about Rumi's condition. The posts included blurred-out names, but it didn't take long for the internet to connect the dots. Within days, Selena's privacy was shredded. One blog headline screamed, "Inside sources say Selena ignored doctors for months." Another claimed, Jalen and Selena at war over parenting choices. The couple's reps called it fake, but the damage was done. Selena's fans rallied behind her with the hashtag Let Selena Heal, while others demanded transparency. Meanwhile, Jalen's silence fueled suspicion. People began calling him the villain, accusing him of not standing beside his wife. A viral video surfaced showing Jalen leaving a recording studio at a.m. looking tense. Paparazzi swarmed him. Jalen, are the rumors true? Are you and Selena separating? He didn't answer, just slid into his car and drove off. That 3-second clip became front-page news. Inside the mansion, things were crumbling. Selena barely slept. Rumi sensed the tension and stopped talking for days. Even the house staff whispered about the icy silence between her and Jalen. One night, Selena sat alone in the music room, scrolling through comments: love, hate, confusion, pity. She finally opened her voice memos app and started recording. Her voice cracked. They think I'm strong, but I'm tired of being strong. I just wanted to be honest. I didn't think honesty would destroy everything. She saved the file, naming it for Rumi. The next morning, Jalen walked in quietly as she made breakfast. Neither spoke for a while. Finally, he said, "The label wants me to lay low for a bit. They're saying all this heat might mess with my album rollout." Selena looked at him, hurt flashing across her face. "Your album rollout? Our daughter's being dissected online, and you're worried about streams?" Jalen slammed his coffee cup down. "You made this about her in front of millions, Selena. You think they're talking about you? They're talking about her, a child." Selena's voice broke. "And if I didn't, they'd still talk. They'd just make up their own story. At least now, they'll hear mine." That was the last time they spoke that day. By evening, tabloids released a new bombshell, an anonymous source claiming Jalen was considering a temporary separation. Whether true or not, fans ran with it. Memes flooded Twitter. TikToks titled "Selena's Breaking Point" racked up millions of views. Even close friends like model Zara Lanes and rapper Lyric Jones tried reaching out. Zara posted, "Check on your strong friends. Fame ain't peace." The comment section filled with crying emojis and speculation. Meanwhile, a mysterious social media account named TruthTellerX began dropping cryptic posts about the Carters, hinting that a betrayal inside the family caused the original leak. Nobody knew who was behind it, but the internet couldn't look away. Through it all, Selena kept silent. She didn't post, didn't go live, didn't tweet. Fans begged her to speak again. And when she finally did, she chose her own platform, a late-night Instagram live, unannounced, unfiltered. She sat in her studio wearing a hoodie. "No glam, no lights. They can say what they want," she said softly. But love isn't PR. Truth isn't clout. I told the world because I refused to let my daughter grow up thinking she's something to be ashamed of. You can't fix what isn't broken. The live ended after just 3 minutes, but those words "you can't fix what isn't broken" echoed across the internet like an anthem. The world had chosen a side, but inside her home, Selena knew. The real war had just begun. After Selena Ray's live confession, the internet went nuclear. Every gossip site, reaction channel, and podcast host dissected her every word like it was a clue to some royal mystery. Overnight, her fanbase split into 2 worlds. Those who saw her as a hero, a mother brave enough to speak truth in a cruel industry, and those who believed she'd lost control, risking everything for a few emotional headlines. But as the world debated, someone closer to home was feeding the fire. Weeks after the viral live stream, a new wave of leaks hit the blogs. This time, they were personal. Photos from inside Selena's mansion, text exchanges between her and Jalen about therapy sessions, and even a video of Rumi playing piano in the background of a private family moment. None of it should have been public. It was like someone had planted cameras in their home. The gossip account Truth Tellers claimed responsibility again, posting cryptic captions like, "You hide behind your crown, but the truth lives in your walls." Fans were obsessed. Who was behind the account? A former assistant? A jealous friend? Or worse, someone from the inside? Jalen immediately suspected someone in Selena's team. "You let too many new people in," he argued, pacing their living room. "PR girls, stylists, trainers, they all got access." Selena shot back, "Don't turn this on me. You've got people too. Producers, bodyguards, half of them live online chasing clout." The tension was electric. The once golden couple barely spoke without it turning into a fight. Their mansion, a glass-walled symbol of power, now felt like a prison. And then came the email. At 3:12 a.m., Selena's manager, Tasha Green, received a message from an anonymous address titled, "You deserve to know." Attached were screenshots showing one of Jalen's closest friends, Rico Burns, sending private footage to the Truth Tellers account. The footage was time-stamped from Jalen's studio cameras. Tasha's heart sank. Rico had been with Jalen since the early days, childhood friend, producer, business partner. If it was true, it meant the betrayal wasn't random. It was revenge. By morning, Selena knew everything. She confronted Jalen before breakfast, holding her phone out with trembling hands. "Your boy Rico? He's the leak." Jalen stared at the screen in disbelief. "Nah, that's fake. Rico wouldn't do that to me." Selena's voice cracked. "The videos came from your studio, Jalen. You're the only one who had that footage." For the first time, Jalen didn't have an answer. He grabbed his jacket and left without a word. By nightfall, the internet knew too. Somehow, the same anonymous account posted a voice note, allegedly from Rico, saying, "Sometimes truth needs to come from the inside." Within hours, every platform had it. Rico's name was trending. His DMs flooded. His label suspended him. But what shocked everyone wasn't the betrayal, it was the motive. According to leaked texts, Rico had been cut out of a major business deal with Jalen months earlier, a deal worth millions. "He played me," Rico allegedly told a friend. "I built that empire too." So, was it money, jealousy, or payback? As fans argued online, Selena spiraled. She started canceling appearances, refusing to leave her home. "Everyone's watching," she whispered to her assistant one night. "Every word, every breath, they're waiting for me to fall." Her mother, Miss Darlene, tried grounding her. "Baby, storms pass. You can't keep letting the wind push you." But Selena couldn't hear it. Her phone never stopped buzzing, brands pulling deals, fans demanding updates, journalists asking for statements. Even her charity sponsors paused funding, fearing public distraction. Then came the moment that broke her. One evening, Selena checked her notifications and saw a trending video titled "Selena Ray Meltdown Caught on Tape." Someone had filmed her yelling at a staff member in her driveway. Clearly overwhelmed, the caption read, "The mask is slipping." The clip went viral instantly. Reaction channels spliced it with dramatic music, calling her unstable. Hashtags like #SelenaCrisis and #PrayForRumi flooded every feed. Jalen tried to reach out. "I can fix this," he said over the phone. "Let me call the team." But Selena had stopped trusting anyone. "You can't fix what you helped break," she said before hanging up. In the following days, tabloids began speculating that Jalen might have known about the leaks all along, that he had looked the other way to protect his business image while letting Selena take the fall. It didn't matter whether it was true or not. The narrative was written, and the final blow came from the unlikeliest person, Selena's own publicist, Mariah Torres. Mariah had been by her side for years through tours, scandals, pregnancies, everything. But when Selena refused to release a controlled statement addressing the leaks, Mariah quit publicly on social media. "Some stories can't be managed," she wrote in a now-deleted post. "You can't PR your way out of pain." That post went nuclear. Fans started connecting dots that weren't even there. Mariah confirms breakdown. One blog screamed, "Selena losing control." Another claimed, "It felt like the world was eating her alive." For days, Selena went completely silent. No posts, no appearances, no paparazzi sightings. Rumors swirled that she had flown out of the country, possibly to a private island to find peace. Some fans even created a hashtag where is Selena Ray. Then, just as the world was moving on, a single photo surfaced. Selena, standing barefoot on a beach, hair loose in the wind, staring at the horizon. No makeup, no bodyguards, just peace. The caption came from her official account. "You can't betray peace when you've already made it your truth." It was cryptic, poetic, and it sent the internet into overdrive. Was she forgiving her enemies, retiring, or preparing to drop the biggest move of her life? Even Jalen posted a cryptic message hours later. "Every storm clears when the truth stops hiding." Fans went wild. Some said the couple was reconciling. Others swore it meant new music. But behind the scenes, a documentary team had quietly reached out to Selena offering her full control of her story. Unfiltered.it was the opportunity of a lifetime or the final nail in her empire. Because if Selena chose to tell the truth, she'd have to expose everyone who helped break her. And she wasn't sure if she was ready to do that. Not yet. After the chaos, the silence hit louder than any headline. Selena Ray vanished. No interviews, no paparazzi strolls, no cryptic Instagram captions. Just gone. Fans were confused. Critics called it a breakdown. And Jalen? He didn't say a word. But you know how it goes in this industry. Silence always means something's coming. Then out of nowhere, her team drops a 12-second clip on a random Tuesday night. No caption. Just black and white footage of Selena sitting in an empty stadium, mic in hand, and then her voice, raw and tired. They called it a breakdown. I call it breaking free. Boom. That line alone sends the internet into meltdown mode. Within an hour, hashtag Selena Unfiltered is trending worldwide. Bloggers are scrambling, fans are theorizing, and even celebs start posting that eye emoji, like they know something's about to drop. And then the official announcement hits, Unfiltered, the Ray within streaming Friday. Everyone's tuned in, because this isn't just another celebrity documentary. This is the comeback of the decade. Scene shift documentary premiere night, it's Friday, midnight. Streaming platforms crash within minutes. The opening shot? Selena walking alone through that same empty arena, her footsteps echoing. She looks straight into the camera, eyes glassy, voice trembling but steady. They said I lost everything, but maybe I was never meant to have it all in the first place. Cue the flashbacks, tabloids, arguments, studio meltdowns, clips of her storming off set, crying in hotel lobbies, talking to her reflection. For the first time, the world gets to see the superstar without the filters. The narration continues. I built an empire so tall, I forgot how to climb down. She talks about the pressure, the expectations, the fear of being forgotten. And yeah, she hints at Jalen too. Not by name, but enough for people to connect the dots. Sometimes love doesn't die, it just changes shape. And that's the part nobody warns you about. The tone shifts. We see Selena laughing with her daughter, painting, writing in a journal. It's emotional. Not the scandal fans expected, but something deeper. Cut to industry reaction montage. Social media explodes. One fan tweets, I came for tea, but ended up crying at 3 a.m. Thank you, Selena. Another says, this ain't a comeback. This is a rebirth. Even her old rivals, yeah, the ones who threw shade for years, start reposting clips, praising her honesty. The industry that once turned its back on her suddenly wants to stand beside her again. Cut to Jalen Carter's POV. Meanwhile, Jalen watches the documentary in private. No entourage, no phone, no noise. Just him and the truth. When Selena says, "You can't heal where you were hurt," he exhales like he's been holding that breath for years. The screen fades, and he whispers under his breath, "Damn, she really did it." Later that night, they cross paths at the after party. The air between them? Heavy, but peaceful in a weird way. They haven't spoken in months. Jalen takes a slow step forward, glass in hand. "Jalen, you really aired it all out." "Selena, I didn't name you." "Jalen, you didn't have to." They share this long, quiet look like two people who've survived the same storm but washed up on different shores. "Jalen, maybe it's time we start over. As parents, not partners." Selena smiles faintly. "That's the only version of us that ever mattered." They don't hug. They don't pose for the cameras waiting outside. They just exist in that small, honest moment. Cut to the morning after by sunrise. Hashtag thank you Selena and hashtag healing not hiding are trending. Clips from her documentary flood TikTok, fans quoting her lines like poetry. Even celebrities are saying it. This changed the game. Commentators call it a masterclass in vulnerability. But insiders? They say this was Selena's strategic rebirth. No scandals, no damage control, just truth, delivered like art. The tabloids that once buried her are now praising her courage. And for the first time in years, the public sees Selena Ray the woman, not the product. Seen Selena's home, balcony at sunrise. She's sitting outside, wrapped in a soft robe, coffee in one hand, notebook in the other. The city below is just waking up. Birds, traffic, distant laughter. She scribbles something down, then stares at the skyline. Selena voiceover. "They called me broken, selfish, dramatic. But healing is messy, and truth is loud." Her daughter walks in, curls messy from sleep. "Rumi, mommy, are you writing another song?" Selena smiles. "Yeah, baby. This one's just for us." She hums a few lines, soft and shaky. That melody, pain and peace all mixed together, fills the quiet morning air. The camera pans out slowly, sunlight wrapping around them. Fade to black. Title card appears. Every crown comes with a weight. Tan. Just like that, Selena Ray turned her lowest chapter into her loudest victory. The same world that tried to write her off now writes her legacy. From heartbreak to healing, from silence to sound, Selena proved one thing: you can't cancel authenticity. You can't fake real. And when the music fades, truth always plays the encore. But the question is, what comes next? Is this the final act of Selena's story, or just the calm before another storm? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Do you think Jalen really changed? Should Selena give love another shot or keep building her empire solo? If this story hit you in the feels, smash that like button, subscribe for more real celebrity deep dives, and don't forget, sometimes the biggest headlines aren't about drama, they're about redemption. Because one thing's for sure, Selena Ray just reminded the world that healing can be louder than hate. Stay tuned, stay real, and as always, this is FameCipher, where truth meets the spotlight.